Hello students, welcome to online course of Mechanical Measurement and Metrology. Myself Abhishek Trivedi from Mechanical Engineering Department at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. We are going to start a new chapter, that is Intermediate Modifying and Terminating Devices and Advances in the Metrology. In the previous lecture, we have completed the last topic of the chapter, Measurement of the Screw Thread and Gears, in which we have discussed the errors in the gear measurement and Parkinson gear tester. In the particular topic of error in the gear measurement, we have discussed the different errors like profile error, runout error. In the runout error, we have discussed the radial runout, then axial runout error, then we have discussed cyclic error, periodic error, and so on. And at the end of the chapter, we have discussed the Parkinson gear tester. Parkinson gear tester, a basic kind of the comparator, which is useful in the checking of the gear profiles in the mass production era. If I have to check the number of gears at a time, if I have to check the number of parameters of the same gear at a time, we are using the Parkinson gear tester. By providing the different dial gauge, by providing the different dial indicator, we can make a different contact point, and by checking all the contact points simultaneously, we can check the gear profiles with very precise setup. In this particular chapter, Intermediate Modifying and Terminating Devices and Advances in the Metrology, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to discuss the intermediate modifying devices. First of all, the concept of intermediate modifying devices stands for whatever the input signal has been provided and whatever the sensing element will provide some sort of the signals to the next element. We have discussed the generalized measurement system. In the generalized measurement system, we have the very first physical system, and besides the physical system, we have the very first element, that is the physical sensing element system. So whatever the sensing element will sense, it will sense some sort of the information, and if the signal which is sensed by the sensing element is weak, then we have to amplify the signal, then we have to modify the signal, then we have to modulate the signal, then we have to process the signal which is available for the human access. Then some sort of the modifying devices are required, and if the modifying devices are placed in between the input and output parameters, then the devices are known as the intermediate modifying devices. The second one, that is the terminating devices. Terminating devices stands for the end condition of the generalized measurement system. We have discussed the stage number 3, that is the terminating stage, in which we are supposed to provide some sort of the recorder, we are supposed to provide some sort of the controller. Then all these recorder and controller are stands for the terminating devices, where the physical system, or we can say where the measuring system ends, terminate its reading stage. Then the end condition of this particular system is known as the terminating devices. And the third we can say the third portion of the chapter, that is the advances in the metrology. We can say the advancement in the metrology, the advanced instrument which are useful in the metrology. We are going to discuss the laser interferometers and coordinate measuring machines for the measurement of the different parameters in the metrology. They are the very advanced instrument which are used nowadays in the research laboratories. So let us start with the very first portion of the chapter, intermediate modifying devices. The very first case, that is the introduction. First of all, let us understand the basic requirement of the modifying devices. What is the basic requirement for the modifying device? Why we are supposed to require such kind of modifying, or we can say such kind of intermediate modifying devices? So whatever the output signal has been generated, from any detector or any transducer element usually needs to be modified by some element or by some devices. As I have told you that whatever the output signal has been generated, there might some chance that output signal is kindly weak, kindly not readable in the human form. Then we are supposed to require some sort of the modification, and whatever the modification is done by some sort of the elements, by some sort of the devices, then those elements or those devices are known as the intermediate modifying devices. So that the whatever the outcome has been generated, the outcome will be acceptable for the next stage, or we can say for the termination stage. So this is the case of intermediate modifying or terminating devices. The basic functions of the intermediate modifying devices. The intermediate modifying devices are also known as the signal conditioning devices, because the signal conditioning, the whatever the signal has been generated, we are going to condition the signal. Signal conditioning means we are going to change the form of the signal, we are going to change the parameter, we are going to change the physical format, or we are going to change the texture of the signal. So it is known as a signal conditioning devices. The first and the very basic function of the intermediate modifying devices is the signal amplification. It means we are going to amplify the signal, we are going to increase the wavelength, we are going to increase the value of the signal, that it is known as a signal amplification. The second one, that is a signal filtration. We can filter the signals. If some sort of the noise has been added, then if we are supposed to filter those noise, if we are supposed to find, or if we are supposed to filter our basic signals from the noise level, then we can use the signal filtration devices. The third one, that is the signal modification or modulation. In the signal modification or modulation, we are simply, the third one, that is the signal modification or modulation. In the particular signal modification or modulation, if suppose the signal which is available in some sort of the physical quantity, but the particular physical quantity is not useful for the next stage reading or for the next stage acceptance, then we are supposed to modify the one form of the physical quantity into another form of the physical quantity. Then data processing element. The data processing element contains the different mathematical equations, the different mathematical format, the different mathematical formulas that we are going to apply over the signals for the termination stage or for the next stage for the human readable format. The last one, that is the data transmission. In the particular intermediate modifying devices, we are supposed to provide some sort of the transmission element which can transfer the signals from the one location to another location without changing any sort of the physical quantity. These are the basic functions of the intermediate modifying terminating devices. Let us start with the basic concept of the amplification. As the name suggests, amplification. If the signal of any detector or the transducer element are usually weak in the nature, because suppose the temperature measured by the thermometer, if the change in the temperature is very minute change, suppose the change in the temperature, let's say, is only 1 degree Celsius, or we can say is only 3 degrees Celsius, then it is a very small change in the physical system. Then whatever the signal has been generated due to such change is very weak, so it needs to be amplified to the certain level where the level will useful for the detection or recording of the display. The device which used to amplify or increase the amplitude of the weak signal, then the device are known as the amplifiers. The ratio of the output signal to the input signal is called the gain value, is called the amplification value, or we can say it called the magnification value. So I can say that magnification is equal to output signal divided by input signal. The ratio of these two output to input signals is known as the magnification values. Then the types of amplifier. We have the different types of amplifier. The first one, that is a mechanical amplifier. It means whatever the amplification has been generated, we are using the mechanical setup, we are using the mechanical elements for the magnification. It is known as a mechanical amplifier. Then the fluid amplifier, optical amplifier, and the electrical and electronics amplifiers. The basic amplifier that we are supposed to use is a mechanical amplifier. It means we are using some sort of the mechanical elements like gears. We are using some sort of the mechanical elements like gears for the amplification, for the magnification. Then we are using the mechanical amplifiers. Lever is also the case for the magnification. So lever and gears are the basic amplifiers for the amplification. Let us discuss the mechanical amplifiers one by one. The first mechanical amplifier is a simple lever. What the simple lever says that, suppose I have to lift the 10 kg of the load. Then if the pivot point has been placed in the center, then I am supposed to require 10 kg of the force. But if the pivot point has been placed, let's say, over here, this is the case number 2, then I am supposed to require, let's say, only 2 kg of the load. Due to this lever setup and the distance between these two particular points, the moment has been generated and moment has been balanced over the point of the lever, then I can say that the 2 kg of the load will be magnified to the value of 10 kg by using the case of the lever. So this is the case of simple lever. Simple lever will directly reduce the input force requirement to lift the load. Same way in the compound lever, if we are supposed to lift the output which is very beyond the range of the input, then what we are supposed to do, we are providing the different inputs at the different points, and all the inputs has been balanced, or we can say all the moments of the inputs and output will be balanced at the pivot point, and it will directly reduce the value of the input. It will directly drastically reduce the value of the input. The next one, that is the gears, the simple gears. As we know that, suppose one is a larger gear and second one is a smaller gear. If the larger gear will turn for 1 rotation, I can say that the smaller gear will turn for the 5 rotation. So if I have to increase the number of rotation, I will provide such sort of the arrangement, then I can amplify the 1 rotation to the 5 rotation. This is the case of the simple gear. The figure shows the driver and driven has been provided. The driver will provide some sort of the rotation and the driven will follow the driver. But if the size of the driver is higher than the driven, then I can say that if the driver will make 5 rotation, then the driven will make 7 or we can say 8 rotation. So we can increase, or we can say we can amplify the value of rotation at the end of driven setup. The next one, that is a compound gear. As the figure shows that if we are supposed to provide 1 rotation and if we are supposed to require 40 rotation at the output, then what we are supposed to do, we are simply compound the different gears and generate the compounding gear train. The compounding gear train will useful for increasing the value of the rotation, to a very drastic amount. So this is the case of the mechanical amplifier. The last one, that is the optical amplifier. In the optical amplifier, we are using the optical lever. The basic case says that, suppose the mirror has been placed, this is the normal of the mirror has been placed 90 to the normal, and if this is the angle of incident, then this is the angle of reflection. If this value is alpha, then this value is also alpha. But if the case has been changed, the mirror has been tilted from its original position, let's say phi, then this is gonna be the normal value, then this will be the angle of incident. We can say the next angle of incident, that is the alpha plus phi. Then there is change in the reflection angle. The reflection angle has been reflected by the twice the amount of the angle of incident. This is the case of optical lever. The figure shows that if the change in the angle is alpha, then we are supposed to find the change in the reflection angle as a 2 alpha, twice the angle of incident. So by providing some sort of the optics theory, by applying some sort of the optics theory and the basic mirror setup, we can amplify the signal by the twice the angle of incident. So this is the case of optical lever. So guys, over here we are winding our lecture. What we have discussed today, we have started with the basic concept of intermittent modifying devices. Then we have discussed the mechanical amplifier, in which we have discussed the levers and gears, and then we have discussed the optical lever amplifiers. From the next lecture we are going to discuss the inherent problems for the mechanical system, and then we are going to discuss the further mechanical devices for the intermittent as well as terminating setup. Till then, thank you.